They say pride comes before a fall. For me, it came before lice. I'm Walt Jenkins, 67, widower, semi-retired, nearly broke, and completely unprepared for that Tuesday at Eddie's barber shop. Eddie's been cutting my hair for 43 years. In Millbrook, routines don't change. First Tuesday, 2:30 p.m., high and tight. How's retirement? He asked. I didn't mention the consulting gigs, since Margaret died. I stay busy, still reach for her at night. Going to Chicago, Emily turns 8, I said. My son Tim and I don't talk much. Still butting heads? Eddie asked. I changed the subject. Scalp's been itching. Weeks. I tried everything. Even wore my old hard hat to bed. Tea tree oil, he offered. Margaret used to use that. As he cut, I closed my eyes. Bay rum, talc, familiar. You seeing anyone? He asked. I thought of Martha from church. No one serious. I lied. Margaret would want you happy. Let's not start that. Then he froze. Hold still. He parted my hair, went pale. Jesus. Mary and Joseph, my scalp was crawling with lice. Impossible, I'm clean. Walt, you need a doctor, today. Just then, Stan Miller walked in, saw the lice in the mirror, froze. In that moment, I learned what 67 years hadn't. Pride can't fix everything. Margaret would have known what to do. For 41 years, she cleaned up every mess. We met in 75, married, had Tim in 85, we clashed. He left for Northwestern and never really came back. 6 months of cancer took Margaret. I retired to care for her. At the funeral, Tim offered, come to Chicago. I lied, I've got work. Since then, birthday calls, the odd text, I pretend it's enough. The house felt empty, I kept it spotless, shame runs deep. As a kid, my mother scrubbed away our poverty. We're not dirt poor, but the teacher once said, your hair needs washing. That shame never left. After a year alone, I asked Hank for work, got the Westridge job, consultant. Really a watchdog. I started going to senior fellowship, not for the sermons. For Martha, her cobbler, her kindness, we danced around each other for 6 months, coffee, lunch, a movie, time matters at our age. That day, I sat in my truck outside Eddie's, trying to figure out how to cancel dinner with Martha, without saying lice. In the mirror, tiny black specks and silver hair, my scalp burned. Eddie knocked. Dr. Thompson's still open. I'll get shampoo, that won't cut it. You need a prescription. Keep your voice down. Stan appeared. Everything okay? Dry skin. I said, it's lice. Eddie blurted, Jesus, Eddie, lice are contagious, he insisted. Stan backed off. Shared helmets, I said. I left, straight to a Walmart 15 miles away. Martha texted, pot roast, 6:30 still good, not feeling well, rain check. She offered to bring it over. Stomach bug, contagious, poor thing, I'll drop off soup tomorrow. I panicked, lied again, in the health aisle, surrounded by cartoon lice. I grabbed shampoos, gloves, vinegar, tea tree oil, self-checkout blared, lice treatment kit. At home, I locked the door, shampooed, combed. The lice were real, so were the eggs. Damn it all, I muttered at the mirror. I looked old, not ashamed, afraid. Margaret used to say, you'd rather drown than wave. At 2 a.m., sitting on the tub, I was drowning. First secret, Martha mattered more than I let on. What began with cobbler at church became something real. She was everything Margaret wasn't, sentimental, romantic. I think I'm ready for someone with rough edges, she once said, now. After the 5th comb through, I wondered if she'd still want my hand. Second secret, the job. She thinks I'm retired. Truth is, I still work. Cancer wiped out our savings. I hid that, out of pride. A text buzzed. Feeling better. Made chicken soup. Bringing it tomorrow. Still contagious. I lied. Should you go to the hospital? Just a virus, I said with a smiley. If you're sure. I miss our dinners. Walt, that broke something in me. I missed her too. She listened. Really listened. It wasn't the first time I pushed someone away. Margaret nearly left me 30 years ago when I shut down during a financial scare. I'm not living with a ghost, she'd said. That night, I finally told her everything. The money, the fear. You idiot, she said. I married you for the hard stuff. We made it. But now, I was slipping again, hiding, lying, isolating. I checked my scalp, still crawling. OTC treatments hadn't worked. Lice can hold their breath through shampoo, I'd read. That alone made me shudder. Dr. Thompson's voicemail said the earliest appointment was Friday. Emily's birthday was in 10 days. Would I be lice-free, safe to hug her? And Martha, how long could I keep lying? I tried vinegar, burned, blow dryer, scorched, still infested. By morning, I was wrecked. The bathroom, a battlefield, lice, winning. Then a text from Hank, mandatory safety meeting, 9 a.m., county inspector. Great, I couldn't show up like this, but skipping it would raise questions. At 8:00. I called Dr. Thompson's. Judy answered. What's the issue? Parasitic infection, I said. You've been traveling. Head lice. Silence. Then, next opening's Friday. Please. Music played. I stared at my hollow reflection. She came back. 30 today, back in trance, that cracked me, thank you. I texted Hank, medical emergency, heart issues, nothing serious, I lied, Martha again, still sick, what's really going on, at 10:17, a knock, Eddie, pharmacy bag in hand, I know you're in there. Trucks outside, I hesitated, he'd cut my hair for prom, wedding, Margaret's funeral, he'd see through me. I opened the door, not a good time, never is with you, he said, let me in, I've got supplies, health department called, 3 cases at Westridge, after I reported yours, they launched an investigation, had to shut the shop, guilt hit me hard, reopens tomorrow, he added, I'm sorry, too stubborn to see past your nose. He muttered, then gently, let me in. Or I'll announce your business from the porch. I let him in, he surveyed the chaos, wrapped pillows, bottles, bedding everywhere, any luck, none, eggs won't budge, nits are the issue, he said, placing a prescription cream on the table, where'd you get that? Dr. Thompson called it in, he looked me in the eye, 40 years of friendship, you think I'd let you fight this alone? I sank onto the couch, I've made a mess, yeah, but messes can be cleaned, tell that to the health department. And Martha, he softened, so that's how it is, that's how it was, before I turned into a walking parasite farm, dramatic as ever, he muttered, then Walt, I've seen lice, scabies, ringworm, human problems, not kids' problems, Eddie leaned forward, my girls had lice 3 times in 1 year, Dor, and I handled it, quietly, like a health issue, not a scandal, you never told anyone, exactly, we didn't need to. Lice don't discriminate, even Eddie and Doris had gone through it. She must have been mortified, she was a school nurse, taught me how to check for nits, but how'd you keep it quiet, didn't make it a big deal, treated it. Told the school, moved on, his look was pointed, it's different for me, I said, I'm out in the world, and, I've been seeing Martha Wilson, I know, he smirked, Doris saw you 2 holding hands, we're just friends, sure, he handed me water and prescription cream, follow the instructions exactly, thanks, now, hot wash everything, vacuum furniture, soak brushes, repeat in a week, I slumped, I can't do this alone, you don't have to, he said, pulling out his phone, no, I snapped. Don't involve anyone, this is humiliating, what are you really afraid of? Judgment, Martha walking away, all of it, I'm supposed to go to Emily's birthday next week, I can't show up like this, if Tim told you she had lice, would you think less of him? No, and if Martha had lice, I'd want to help, exactly, people who care will do the same, still, old shame gripped me. My mom always said there's a difference between being poor and being dirty, Eddie softened, she had her own baggage. Her standards weren't always fair. My phone buzzed. Hank Bowman, answer, Eddie said. Walt, Hank said. County shut the site. Lice outbreak, shared helmets, OSHA violation. I didn't know. Budget cuts, my call. But your name came up. You missed the safety meeting. I have lice. Seeing Dr. Thompson today. Long pause. Relieved. I thought it was your heart. You're not mad. No, I should apologize. Site's closed for decontamination. Eddie gave me a look. See, not the end of the world. Hank didn't blame me, he's known you for decades, Martha's only known you 6 months, you think her feelings are shallow. Before he could answer, the doorbell rang, Martha, holding a casserole, determined. Later, Dr. Thompson examined me. Well, Walter, she said, you've got an impressive case of head lice, in English, one of the worst adult cases I've seen, about 200 lice, thousands of nits. I shuddered. The cream Eddie brought will help, but be thorough. I understand, do you? She asked, Eddie said you tried vinegar and blow dryers. I thought I could fix it. Some things need professional help, no shame in that. She prescribed another round of permethrin and oral meds. As she explained, I drifted back to Margaret's diagnosis, same sterile light, same helplessness. Walter, sorry, I'm listening. 7 days between treatments, hot water, vacuum daily. She brought up the site outbreak. Could have been shared helmets, could be, lice spread easily, then the hard part. You'll need to notify close contacts, like Martha Wilson. I flushed. How? She called about your stomach bug. Small town. I haven't told her. You need to. Today. I will. I lied. We discussed Chicago. Emily's birthday. First treatment today. Second next Thursday. No shortcuts. What if it doesn't work? Postpone the trip. Dr. Thompson said. I won't clear you if you're still infested. I nodded, ashamed. She added steroid cream for the itching. My phone buzzed. Hank. Health inspector wants a statement. Tomorrow. Dread set in. You okay? She asked. Work stuff. I've known you since Margaret's pneumonia. You're proud. Sometimes too proud. She balanced that. She's gone. You need a new way forward. I'm trying. Good. Because at your age, isolation's more dangerous than lice. She let me out the back. A mercy. In the truck. I reviewed the plan. Shampoo, comb, wash, vacuum, repeat. At the pharmacy. I got that look. Millbrook has no privacy. My phone buzzed. Tim. Just confirming your visit. Sarah's checking for allergies. About that, you're not canceling. Emily's excited. Maybe a day late. Work stuff. I thought you were retired. Consulting. Pension's not enough. Your mom's medical bills. You should have told me. I'm managing. I'll tell Sarah Saturday instead of Friday. Tell Emily I can't wait to see her. I stared at the pharmacy bag. Another half-truth. Dr. Thompson was right. Pride had turned into isolation. Back home, I froze. Martha's blue Buick was in the driveway. Inside, she stood among the mess, Eddie in Margaret's old chair. She brought soup, Eddie said. Thought you were dying, Martha, Eddie explained, she said. Why didn't you tell me? It's humiliating. Grown men don't get lice. They do, especially on job sites. I'm sorry I lied. Did you think I'd judge you? Eddie stood. Medical issue, not moral. After you left, Martha stepped closer. So, head lice. Head lice, may I? I nodded. She checked gently. Definitely bad. You waited too long. You're not repulsed. She laughed. I raised 3 kids, taught school. This isn't new, but your house is perfect. That's a story. My late husband had OCD. After he died, I kept the routines. No, I want comfort, not control. She took my hand. That's why lice don't scare me. I told her about my mother, the shame, the kerosene, the fear of being dirty. She said there's a difference between feeling dirty and being dirty. But she was trying to protect our image. Martha nodded. We all carry wounds, sometimes in strange ways. My phone buzzed. I ignored it. She asked, were you planning to ghost me? Not planning to. I was afraid. Of what? That you'd see me differently. I'm not looking for perfect. I had that, and it nearly suffocated me. The phone buzzed again. Tim, Dad, Emily's class has lice again. I nearly laughed. You're warning me I might catch lice from Emily. Yes, I already have lice. Shared helmets. You have lice, being treated. That's why I might be late. Tim softened. You okay? I'm not alone, I said, glancing at Martha. Martha Wilson, from church. That's her, lice expert. Are you dating her? We're good friends. Martha mouthed. Just friends. Well, thank her. If you can't come, we'll FaceTime. I'll be there, even if I have to shave my head. After the call, I told Martha, apparently I got lice from Emily, the circle of life. She quipped, reaching for the treatment bag. You don't have to do this. She rolled up her sleeves. Walt Jenkins, I'm not scared of parasites. Besides, you need help. Those words hit deep. Margaret worked around my pride. Martha faced it head on. I do need help, I admitted, and I'd be grateful for yours. She smiled. Let's get started. We've got lice to evict, and a birthday to make. Instead of shame, I found grace. Instead of rejection, support. It took lice, tiny, stubborn parasites, to break down the wall I'd built since Margaret died. 6 days after diagnosis, 3 days before Emily's birthday, a knock came, expecting Martha. I was stunned to see Tim, Sarah, and Emily. Grandpa, we surprised you, she squealed, hugging me. Emily's school closed. Plumbing, Tim explained. Thought we'd extend the birthday weekend. Sarah looked around, and maybe help out. Tim took in the scene. Wow, going all in. Doctor's orders. First treatment, Sarah asked, 6 days ago. Next one's tomorrow. Combing twice a day. She nodded. Emily frowned. Why's your house look funny? Tim explained. Remember your itchy head? Grandpa has the same thing. Her eyes lit up. You have bugs too. Looks like I caught your bugs, I smiled. Sarah corrected gently. Probably not. He likely got it from work, Tim muttered. Or maybe Emily got it from him. Sarah cut in sharply. Unlikely. He hadn't seen her in months. Tim pressed. So it's just coincidence. Sarah stayed calm. Your dad's job site had an outbreak. Tim, she said firmly, this isn't helpful. Tim flushed. I recognized the blame in him. He got that from me. It doesn't matter who had it first, I said, just that we treat it. Tim snapped. If your site exposed my daughter, I didn't know, I said, and when I did, I already had it. You should have known. That's your job, Tim, Sarah warned, nodding at Emily, who looked worried. Sorry, Tim muttered. It's just frustrating. Emily wandered to the wrapped pillows. Sarah offered, how about I check everyone, just to be safe? I've got a follow-up Friday, I said. Friday might be too late. Then Martha walked in, casserole in hand, surprised. You must be Martha, Tim said. Martha Wilson, you must be Tim. Her warmth softened his guarded look. Mom, my head's itchy again, Emily said. Let's check you first, Sarah replied. Martha leaned in. Quite the surprise. You have no idea. Sarah worked quickly. Active infestation. We'll need to treat everyone. Tim rubbed his scalp. We did this 3 weeks ago. Lice are getting resistant, Sarah said. Emily beamed. We're twins now, Grandpa. I chuckled. Guess we are. Peanut. Sarah checked my scalp. Still some nits. No live lice. You're improving. What about the birthday? Tim asked. We stay here, treat properly, and celebrate in Millbrook. Tim hesitated, then nodded. Millbrook birthday it is. I can help, Martha offered. 32 years teaching, birthdays are my thing. That's kind of you, Ms. Wilson, Tim said. Martha, please, I'm quite invested in your father's recovery. Tim looked between us, questions behind his eyes. Do I get 2 parties? Emily asked. Sarah laughed. Looks like you do. As cake talk began, Tim pulled me aside. Out on the deck, I braced for OSHA talk. Instead, he asked, "Are you happy, Dad?" 2 weeks later, the yard looked like a Hallmark movie. Streamers fluttered, a hand-painted banner hung over the deck, and Martha's touch was everywhere. We were lice-free, my scalp had healed, and I'd rediscovered the joy of not itching. Make a wish, Sarah said. Emily blew out the candles to cheers. Tim, Sarah, Martha, the Sullivans, and me, for the first time in years. My heart felt full. What did you wish for? Tim asked. Can't tell, Emily grinned. Or it won't come true. Tim gave me that same quiet look he'd worn since asking, "Are you happy?" "I'm getting there," I said, and meant it. We'd had our most honest talk in decades, about money, pride, and loneliness. "You've always hated asking for help," Tim said. "Mom used to translate for you. She was my bridge." He looked toward Martha. "Seems like that's changing." "She's unexpected," I said, "at our age. You don't expect to meet someone who makes you happy." I nodded. He told me Mom had asked him to look after me, to make sure I wasn't just existing. "I haven't made it easy. We're both stubborn." He smiled. I laughed, like he used to as a boy, watching him help Emily with cake while Martha and Sarah chatted. I felt peace. "Penny, for your thoughts?" Martha asked. "Good things come from unexpected places, even head lice." Her laugh lit up the yard. Eddie raised a toast to unexpected blessings and effective lice treatments. Later, he shared, the health department closed the case with just a warning. Then Tim offered a new consulting job with a Chicago firm, better pay, and flexibility. Sarah added, "Emily would love it, and we'd see you more." It wasn't pity, it was respect, a role that honored my pride. "That sounds perfect," I said. As the sun set, Tim nodded toward Martha. "Looks like it all worked out. No thanks to my stubbornness." "Sometimes," Eddie said. "The smallest things teach the biggest lessons." Later, on the deck, Tim thanked Martha for being there. "She's a good man," she joked. When he asked if we were a couple, she grinned. "Survive lice together and, well, gathering plates." I blurted, "You could stay." Tim vanished. She turned, teasing, "Walt Jenkins, asking me to stay the night. With your family here, I guess I am. I'm done hiding." Her smile said yes, but I snore. I'm used to it. Inside, laughter echoed. My house, once silent, was full again. Tiny parasites had done what loneliness couldn't, broken my walls, reconnected me to Tim, opened my heart. "Sometimes," I said, "the smallest creatures teach the biggest lessons, and the lesson is," Martha asked, "no man is an island, not even Walt Jenkins, especially him. Better late than never." We stepped inside, hand in hand. Lice gave me what I didn't know I needed. Because real strength isn't braving the storm alone, it's opening the door when someone knocks.